Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will discuss how to submit a research paper in a journal. We have already discussed about selecting different journals according to the scope of your paper. We have already discussed about preparing manuscript according to author guidelines in our previous videos of this playlist. This video is about the submission process. We will show you the live submission process of paper to a journal. Here we have selected Journal of Hazardous Materials for the submission of paper, and the main submission process for all kind of journals is the same. You have to upload files, uploading the details of authors and all these things. So let's get started, and we will discuss about how to submit the files, and we will also discuss about the differences between this journal and other journals while submitting the files. So first of all, you need to go to the journal site, and then after on the home page of journal you can see the option of submit your article. And when you click on this submit your article, you can find this link. Here it is asking about author login or registration or some other things. So as we have already discussed about the registration step, if you are already registered your account on the journal site, then you need to upload your username and password, and then you need to click on author login. If you are a new user to the journal, you need to click on the register now, and if you want to use your ORCID record for logging in, you can click on this. And if you are a reviewer for the reviewing the paper, then you can also select a reviewer login. And we have already discussed about the reviewer role and how to submit the reviews in a previous playlist. We will provide the link about reviewing paper. That is a separate topic, but if you are already serving as a reviewer, then you can check those videos as well. Okay, so here after putting your username and password, we just need to click on author login. Once it is login, then the submission site will be open, and here you can see an option of submit new manuscript, submission sent back, and all these things. So here we are going to submit our new manuscript, so we will click on this submit new manuscript. And here you can see okay, first of all, these kind of information you can also find on journal homepage and journal submission site. If you want to check the webinar about how to submit our paper and check the status and all these things, and many other webinars of every publisher like Elsewhere, Springer, Wiley, and ACS, RSE, they also arrange some webinars for the guidance of authors. If you are interested in that, you can click on learn more, and you can register for these kind of webinars. Some webinars they offer some certificate as well, while certificate for attending the webinar, not for presenting. Okay, so as an attendee you can receive some certificate, some while some others they don't provide any kind of certificate. So it's your choice and your interest. So coming back to the topic, we are going to submit the article. It is asking about article type. Either we are going to submit a research paper, review, perspective letter. So we will select here our research paper, and then we can click on proceed. So this is the first step. It is asking about the type of the paper, and here you have to select your files. Here as you can see, it is clearly asking, did you use any kind of generative AI to write up this manuscript? As I discussed in our previous video about author guidelines, and where I have also showed a live example at the end of that video, what kind of details you need to provide after conclusion, author agreement, funding, acknowledgement, use of AI, data availability, and all these things. So here we have already discussed, if you are using any kind of AI source for writing or improving the language of your paper, you need to clearly mention in the paper as well, and you need to mention the name of tool. Either you are using ChatGPT, Bard AI, or any other AI tool, and why did you use that tool. Just to improve the language or data analysis or any other thing, it's better that you can use AI tool just for improving the language and readability or proofreading of your paper. And after that, you need to cross check all the details of your paper. So you need to acknowledge this AI generated text in the main paper file. So after that, it is just a reminder that is sent from the journal side. So after that, if you have already added that detail in paper, just you can click on close, and you can upload your files from here. So here you can see there is a browse option. So once you click on browse, the folder will be opened from where you can select your files. So if I click on browse, and then if I go to this Word document and then click on open, and this file will be uploaded. And here if I scroll down, it is showing as main manuscript file. Suppose this is the main manuscript file that I want to upload from here, our folder, my folder. Then it is termed as manuscript, and you can also change the description as well. Like you can also write main paper file, manuscript file. Like it is the description mean it is a short notation about the file that will show what the file is about. Okay, so the order, item name, and the description may or may not be the same. You can keep this as manuscript, nothing to worry about. It's an optional as well. Like you don't need to you can also remove this word, but it's your choice if you want to keep this. Okay, so if you clearly check, it is mentioned that required for submission you have to upload cover letter, environmental implication, and it must be of 100 words, graphical abstract, highlights, manuscript, and declaration of statement, competing interest statement. So we have already discussed in our previous video about how to prepare manuscript and how to make the declaration of competing interest statement and all these things. If you have not checked the video, kindly check the previous video of this playlist about author guidelines, manuscript preparation. Okay, so after that, the files that you upload here will be marked as start done, and its color will be turned into green. And these files you have not uploaded yet, so you need to provide the cover letter. You can select from here, like you can select environmental implication, graphical abstract, highlights, manuscript. These are mandatory with star sign, and all the other details, these are not mandatory. You can upload a figure file, table file, response to technical check, and video or any other thing. These are supplementary data and are optional, but these are mandatory. You have to upload these files. Okay, so you can again click on highlights, and then you need to click on browse, and then you need to click on highlights. For example, if I click on this file and then on OK, and it will be marked as highlights. Okay, so this is the same file uploaded. Let's upload second file. For example, okay, I will upload this file. I'm uploading random files just to show you. Okay, so here it is highlights, so it is termed as highlights, and description is also highlights. So in this way you can upload all, select from here. After selecting from here, like if it is a graphical abstract, then description will also be graphical abstract, and you can browse from here and you can upload. Okay, so after uploading all these files, you can scroll down and then you can click on proceed. Here it is asking about question about classification of your paper. You need to add classification here. One thing you need to consider here is that this attached file is termed as red, and it is not completed. That's why its color is red. So because I have not uploaded all the files, when you are submitting your paper, you need to upload all the required files on file attach options. And once you are done with that, it will be its color will be green, and it is shown as this tick option. Okay, so here the third step is journal information, asking about the classification of your paper. Okay, so you need to add some classification here. For that, click on add classification, And here you can select the classification or the main topics that are mainly concerned about your paper. For example, it is about adsorption. For example, if your study is about adsorption, you can click on this adsorption. And any other classification that is mainly related to your study. So you need to these are just these are just like the keywords. Okay, so once you select these classification, you are confirming that your paper fall within these categories, or within these categories or scope. Okay, so after selecting from here, you can click on add, and after that you can go scroll down and then click on submit. So once you submit your classification in the form of keywords, it will be recognized as this. Here it is asking about only 3 to 5 classifications. You can select three, minimum 3 and maximum 5 keywords. So I have selected 3, and then make sure these keywords must be closely matched to your study, or you can say like it must match the scope of your paper. After that you can click on proceed, and the next step will be opened. Here it is asking about review preferences. So if you are going to request editor that will review your paper, you can also select editor of your choice while you are submitting a paper, and it is a required field. If you don't know any editor, you can select on hit and trial base. Like you can select any editor of your own choice. Then your paper will be sent to that editor, and if the editor check your paper and it decide for sending it for peer review, then your paper will be sent for peer review process. So you can select any random editor from here, like I select this one, and after that you need to click on proceed. And one thing about the selection of editor is that you can also uh, go to the journal site, and you can search from here about and editorial board, and you can check the all editor here. And this editor selection will depend, like if you are going to submit paper regarding the environmental and engineering type category, then here you can see that this editor holding a PhD, his main field is about chemical engineering. Okay, so you can select the editor according to your category, according to the subject category of your paper. And this, for example, this is this mm, okay, this editor, its work is about adsorption and desorption and organic compounds. So if your paper concerned mainly with organic compound, biodegradation and these type of categories, then you can select this editor. So it all depends upon the main expertise of the editor. And from here you can check the name, and in previous review preferences you can select that editor from out of menu bar whose subject area falls within your category. Okay, so here you can select those editor. After that you can click on proceed. Some journals don't provide this option of selecting editors, while others provide. Like in this journal, there is an option of selecting your editor of your own choice, so you can select from here. Okay, so it is asking about do you confirm that submitting author and corresponding author are the same person? If it is exactly the same case, you can say yes. The submitting author and the corresponding author is the same person. Like the corresponding author can submit your paper, and he is responsible for receiving all kind of emails from the journal as well. Okay, so you can say yes. So if it is the corresponding author and the submitting author are different person, then you need to say no. In some journals it is required that both submitting author and corresponding must be same, while in some Taylor and Francis journals it is not required. Submitting author can be any co-author, second or third or first one author of the paper, but the corresponding author is different in that case. So in this journal, it is requirement that the person who is assigned as the corresponding author, only he will be responsible for the paper submission. Okay, so you need to confirm this. Yes, okay, they both are same, and yes, corresponding author is also submitting the paper. Okay, after that it is asking, does this submission contain more than one corresponding author? So if it is the case, then you need to say yes. It is better to have one corresponding author for a paper. That will ensure the data, paper credibility, and ethically it is also okay that one author will be assigned as corresponding, while others are just the co-authors of the paper. So try to keep only one corresponding author for a paper. So we have already discussed about co-authors and corresponding authors in previous videos, and we will provide the link of those videos in description as well. You can check. After that, it is asking if yes, please explain why multiple corresponding authors are needed. If an explanation is not sufficient, handling editor will disapprove multiple co-authorship. So as I said, it is ethically correct that only one author will be assigned as corresponding author, and if you want to add more than one corresponding author in the paper, then you need to mention the reason, a solid reason for that, and then it is the editor's choice if he or she will accept two or three corresponding author or no. If he reject the corresponding of other authors, then he has the authority to do this, and only one author who has submitted the paper, he will automatically be assigned as the corresponding author according to the editor decision. Okay, so you need to keep only one author as corresponding author in your paper, and this is ethically correct as well. After that, it is asking, have you read the guide for authors and ensure your manuscript or paper follows all of those recommendations? Yes, we have already discussed in our previous videos, and the paper that is prepared according to the author guideline, it increases the chances of your paper acceptance, because it would be easy for editors and for journal administrator in this case to review your paper more effectively. Okay, so try to make your paper prepared according to author guidelines. So here, if we say there is only one corresponding author, no, we this paper doesn't contain any more than one corresponding author, and yes, we have checked our author guidelines. So yes, and please confirm that have you mentioned all organizations that are funded your research study. So here it is asking, have you mentioned clearly about funding statement in paper file? Yes, I confirm that I have mentioned all the funding funding agents, funding institutes in our paper. If there is no funding received, you still need to mention the funding heading in paper file, and in under that heading you need to write not applicable, or you can also write this research is not funded by any way. Okay, after that it is asking about line numbers in the manuscript. Please include line numbers in the manuscript. We have already discussed about how to add continuous line numbers in our paper, and it is asking about either they are added. Yes, it is added. Okay, so if you have not checked about how to add continuous line numbers in paper, kindly check the description. We will provide the link in the description of video. Okay, does your study involve any human subject animal that require approval for research articles? That is asking about ethical approval that we have discussed in previous video. So if your study is about human or human study, or any other medical study on animals, then you can write explanation for that. Yes, we have taken ethical approval, yes or no. If your study doesn't involve any human or animal object, then you can click on no. It is not necessary to take ethical approval, because we are not conducting study on animals. After that, it is asking, please advise if there is a previously rejected manuscript of this journal, like the paper that you are going to submit now. Is this journal is previously rejected by the same journal or no? or it is a new submission. So if you have already submitted your paper in this journal and it was rejected, and you improved the paper and you want to resubmit this paper in this journal, then you need to mention yes, it was previously rejected and we have improved the paper and we are going to resubmit in the same journal. But if it is a new paper, then you can click on no, we are going to submit it for the first time in this journal. Okay, after that, please confirm have you have added all line numbers to your manuscript file. Yes, we have added line numbers, continuous line number to our manuscript file. Okay, so only relevant for papers that have been returned for your technical editing do you confirm that you have made necessary technical changes. So if you are going to submit paper for the first time, you can skip this option. But if you have submitted your paper and after that you received an email from journal administrator that your paper needs this kind of technical checks, line numbers were not added, section numbers are not numbered correctly, subsections are not numbered correctly, and any kind of formatting issue, if you receive your submission back and you are going to submit that revised form with all the formatting issues correctly done, then you need to click on yes, we received this submission for technical checks or formatting issues, and we have revised the manuscript and now we are going to resubmit it. Okay, so it is not about rejection or acceptance, it is only about if if there is any kind of formatting issue that is checked by journal administrator, then he or she will send paper back to corresponding author, and corresponding author will revise the paper. If some figure number or table number is not correctly placed, or like any other kind of font size, font style issue, then he will revise the paper and resubmit. Okay, this is about that option. If you are going to submit a new paper, you can ignore this, as this is not compulsory to answer, it is an optional. So here it is asking about declaration statement. So if you have something to declare financially, then you can click on yes, and you can declare your competing interest. If there is nothing to disclose, you can click on no, you can write no. So free preprint service, so this is a preprint service that is generally offered by mostly all journals. And preprint is basically about your paper when you are submitting to a journal. It will be under review in that journal, and it will also be available online. It is not a published paper, but it will be available online, and anyone can see your paper and suggest some corrections in to your paper. Like it's just like posting something on the Facebook or Instagram, and then people comment or like or share and suggest you some corrections as well. So this preprint service is the same, like your paper will be available online on Google, not in a published form, but not without publication. And people can post their suggestions, comments on your paper, on how to improve your paper, how to write this section, how to write this section. And if you find those suggestions and comments fruitful, you can do the necessary changes and you can resubmit your paper. So if you want to post it as a preprint, it's your choice, but I must suggest not to upload as a preprint, because it will it's good, like people comment on your work and they suggest you corrections to do, but sometimes it causes complications in a way, like it is already, some people think that it is published and all these things, so it's better not to publish as a preprint. So I generally use this word, no, I don't want to share my research early and openly as a preprint, na? So okay, after that it is asking about environmental implication statement. Yes, we have added a statement about environmental implication. As we have discussed in our previous video, it is about the importance of your study in terms of environment. So basically, what kind of benefits environment will get from your study, you have to provide this statement. in terms of environment, sustainability and protection. So you need to provide this Word document as well, and you need to add this statement in your paper file. Okay, so you need to provide this statement, and if you have provided, you can tick on this, yes, we have provided environmental implication statement. Scrolling down further, it is asking about to complete your registration, you can need to click on data availability statement. So as I have mentioned that data will be made available on request, so whatsoever like the data regarding your complete research project, it is asking about those data. So I will select from here those, and then I will say data about study has already been added in main paper file and its associated supplementary file. It's better to say this because we have already discussed everything in our main paper file and a supplementary file. So if you want to make the data available on request, you are not going to upload your supplementary file, you can click on data will be made available on request. So any other option that suits best to you. Okay, so I generally select this option because we have already discussed about everything in main paper and its supplementary file. There is nothing more data that we can share upon request. Okay, so the next option is that it is asking that either the corresponding author has institutional mail or no. So some journals, specifically Elsevier journals, they ask about that the corresponding author must have institutional mail. Personal mail, they generally consider it as fake. I know this is not fake, but it's generally Elsevier journals, according to some security issues, they think that institutional mail is preferred over personal mail. So it's better that if corresponding author, the person who is submitting the paper, they he or she must have institution mail provided by his or her institution or university level. Okay, so if it is the corresponding author has institutional mail, then he can click on yes, otherwise no. After that, it is asking about journal of hazardous material only allow one corresponding author. So it is clearly stating that this journal allow only one author to be assigned as corresponding. Is there any is there only one author in the paper? Yes, we can click on yes, there is only one author in the this study that is assigned as corresponding author. After completing all these steps, you can click on proceed, and here you can enter comments if you want to add any comments regarding your paper. Don't write anything like don't reject my paper, I'm submitting this, or like you don't need to say anything extra or with anything out of your study. Okay, just if you want to write a novelty or anything to the editor, then you can mention here, and this comment will only be sent to editor. It will not be sent to the reviewers, it will not be sent to the other author list. It will only be sent to the editor, and it's the editor who can read your comments from here. Okay, you can mention about the novelty of paper, you can mention about significance of your study, you can mention about the future perspectives of the study, anything that is related to your study only, or a review paper, research paper. Okay, if it is optional, if you want to add you can, otherwise you can skip this option and click on proceed. Once you are done with all these steps, then you need to paste the title here. So it is asking about the full title. So full title, you need to provide the full title here, about full title of your paper. So here you need to provide the title of your research paper. You can write here the title, and after that you need to click on next. Here you need to provide the abstract of 200 words only. You can copy paste the abstract from your paper file, and after pasting the abstract, you can click on next. here you need to provide the keywords of paper, and the limit of keywords is only 5. You can provide up to 5 keywords or less than 5. Once you have pasted all the keywords, and keywords must be separated by semicolon. Like if I write as adsorption, then semicolon, and then dyes, then composite, and water treatment. So here I have provided 4 keywords. You can also provide 4 or 5 keywords, or less than this 5, less than 5. After that you need to click on next, and it is asking about authors, and it is clearly mentioning here that if you change the author list during the revision process, then it's the editor choice. He or she may reject your paper, or if you provide a solid reason of adding new authors or removing older authors, then there might be some chances that he may accept the updated author list, but in 80% cases your paper will be rejected. So make sure that you update your author list during the submission process of paper. Okay, after that here it is asking about corresponding author list. So you can, if you the details of adding author is incorrect or incomplete, you can click on this option, that is edit this author. So once you click on edit this author, it is asking about your first name, secondary name if there is any. So after that family or your last name, and academic degree, PhD or MS or BS or graduation, so whatsoever, your email address, your ORC ID. It is not necessary to provide ORC ID, but if you are going to provide them, it is good. Institution, they are asking about your institution. So whatever your institution is, you just need to start writing your institution name, and you can select this from top menu bar. Your institution name will appear, and you can select from that University of Sahiwal, your country or region. And after that, the main important thing here is that contributor role. This contributor role is must be the same as you have mentioned in your paper file. We have discussed in our previous video about author contribution statement. We have also shown you some paper where they have mentioned the contribution of authors. So here when you click on this edit option, you can see different roles. So you can select roles what this author play while writing your research paper. So if it is she or he is related to conceptualization of paper, data curation, formal analysis, methodology, resources, software, supervision, validation, writing the original draft, reviewing the paper, validation, you can select all those roles that this author play for writing or finalizing your paper. And then you can click on save these changes to my registration as well, because I am the corresponding author. So this option will appear only for me, not for other authors. Okay, so after doing these changes, you can click on this option, that is save this author. If you click on this, it will cancel all the changes you have made. Okay, so don't click on this arrow, click on this, and it will show save this author, and when you click, it will save your changes. Okay, after that, if you want to add some other author, you can click on add another author, and here you can add second or third or fourth co-author, so and so on. You can add first name, last name, email address. Only these red options are mandatory. Rest you can skip. Academic degree, you can skip. ORC ID, you can skip. Country or region, but it's better if you provide all the details. Okay, so it is asking if this second author is the corresponding author or you are the corresponding. So because as I said, it must be good if the paper submitting author is also the corresponding author of the paper. So it will make your paper strong, and it will prevent you from desk rejection. So you also need to select contributor roles for second authors as well. So what are the contribution of the authors to the paper? You need to be very careful, and you need to be very you need to do justice with authors, so that whatever they put their efforts in revising paper, finalizing paper, you need to select only those roles. Okay, so if you want to delete this second author, you can click on delete. And if you want to want to save this author, and meanwhile you want to add third author, you can click on this option. And if you just want to save this, not to add third or fourth author name, then you can click on this. And if you want to just close it, you can click on here close, and then discard changes. Yes, I want to discard changes. Okay, so you can add as many authors as you can by selecting on this option, add another author. Okay, so after that, once you have updated all the author list, so after that you need to click on next. So first of all, I'm adding a second random co-author, just to show you another thing. University of Sahiwal, and I will select contributor roles as okay, and then I will click on save. Okay, let me show you one thing. For example, if the first author of the paper is this one XY, and you are the second author, but you are the corresponding author of the paper as well, then how can you rearrange the order of author list? You just need to click on here this below task, and then once you click, scroll it up like this one. Okay, like you need to keep the cursor on the below slide, below icon, and then you just need to double click, and then take this up and down where you want to take this author list. Okay, so for example, if this is the first author, this is the first author, and this is the second author, but this second author is the also termed as corresponding author. Okay, and first author is maybe the student or someone, some other one. So you can update the author list as this will be marked as number 1 author, and this will be marked as number 2, and next one will be number 3, and so on. So here in this way you can update the number of author during submission process. Once you have updated the author list, you can click on next, and after that it is asking, did you receive any kind of funding? If yes, you can click on add a funding source. If you have not received any funding, you can click on funding is not available. After that you can click on, if you want to save and submit it later, you can click on save and submit later. If you are done with all the changes, you can click on build PDF for approval. So here we have not uploaded files, so let me upload files there so that I can show you the PDF approval process. So once you are done with all file uploading changes, and once you have finalized all the steps, then you need to click on build PDF for approval. And it is asking here about publishing option. Since I said this journal is a hybrid one, it supports both open access and subscription based options for paper publishing. And here you need to click on publishing options, and you need to select your way of publishing paper. Either you want to publish it as a open access paper or a subscription based paper. So it is here you need to click on accept all cookies. Okay, so publishing options, here you can see there are two options. If we scroll down, open access and subscription. If you want to make it open access, then you need to pay this 4,830 USD dollars once your paper get accepted in this journal. And it is only applicable if your paper is accepted. If your paper is rejected, you are not going to pay now during the submission process. If your paper is accepted, then you need to pay these charges. If you are going to pay charges, or if you want to make your paper open access, you can select this option. And if you want to publish it as a subscription base, then you can click on subscription and then save and return. Because in subscription mode, you don't need to pay anything. The readers or the audience of your paper will pay charges to read your paper. Okay, or else you can share your paper in your community. After that, you can click on proceed, and then PDF of your paper will be built, and here you need to scroll down, and then you need to click on I accept. Yes, I accept author publishing agreement that I have corrected and I have approved all the changes in the files that I have uploaded. So it will take some time the for generating the PDF proof of your paper. So PDF proof is mainly the PDF file. It is the proof that you have submitted your paper in the journal, and you can save this PDF for future use. And once your paper is with editor, it will be assigned a manuscript number, and that manuscript number will be shown here. It is the title of paper, date submission, when begun, status change. It here it is shown either it is with the editor or with the or it is with the journal administrator, or it is under review, rejected, accepted. So status of paper will be shown here, and current status is that it is now building the PDF of your paper. So once your PDF is built by the system, you need to view the submission, and you need to cross check either all the files you have uploaded are the correct one, you have uploaded the correct graphical abstract, correct paper file, correct highlights, correct environmental implications, and all these things. Once you are satisfied with all these things, you can click on approve submission. So we are just waiting for our PDF proof, and here it is shown as action links. So once we click on action links, it is showing as view submission, edit submission, approve, remove, and send email. So first we need to click on view submission, and whatever we have pasted in our PDF proof, whatever the files we have attached during the submission process, it will be all merged into a PDF, and then we can click on our PDF proof, and you can check your PDF proof from here. So because I have already uploaded someone extra files, so I'm not going to open that file. Okay, so you need to open the file, and once you are satisfied with all the information you have added is correct, then you can click on approve submission. And once you click on approve submission, it will re-ask either you want to approve this submission or no. If you want to approve, you can click on OK, and if you want to cancel it, you can click on cancel. Okay, so in this way you can approve your submission. Once you approve this, the paper will be submitted to the journal, and you will receive an email confirmation regarding that your paper, thank you for selecting this the journal for your paper, and your paper is has been submitted to the office, and it will be under review with the editor and all these things. So after that, as I said you in our previous videos, this journal is once I click on home page of the journal, every journal has its own review time and the time to first decision. So the first decision time of this journal is 5 days. So you can receive a desk rejection within 5 days if your paper is rejected by the editor without going to a peer review. So you, after submission, you need to keep checking your mails for any update about your paper from the journal. So if your paper goes to a peer review process, then you will receive a notification from journal within 32 days. It may be before or after 32 days. So journal journal overview of the time is 32 days. Okay, so overall time period from submission to publication is 79 or 80 days. So like within 3 to 4 months your paper will be published if it is accepted in this journal. And this is all about today's journal information. And once you have submitted or click on approval, and then your paper will be submitted, and you will receive some notification from journal regarding submission confirmation and all these things. So this is all about today's video about how to submit your paper in a journal. So these are the basic steps that you are going to add in any journal. Some journals have additional steps, like some journals will ask about reviewer suggestions as well. Like while you are submitting paper, they will ask about how some names you can suggest as a reviewer. So you need to add the details of person who hold PhD or who are already serving as a reviewer in some journals. So you need to add their names, email, affiliation, and reason of selecting or reason of mentioning their name as a reviewer. So some journals make it mandatory to add reviewers detail while others not. You can also mention this detail in the comment section that we have discussed in this video. So it's editor choice, either they choose those reviews for your paper or not. So you can select if they are mandatory. You can ignore reviews list if it is optional or if they did not ask. Okay, so this is all about today's video, and you can also mention my name as a reviewer if you want me to review your paper, because I'm also serving as a reviewer in many different elsewhere in Springer journals. So I will provide my email, affiliation, full name, and reason, and ORCID as well in my description. And if you have any other further question regarding the submission process and regarding paper or journal selection, you can ask in the comment section. And in coming videos we will discuss about some more interesting topics about the paper submission and other revised comments and all these things. So stay tuned with Young Researchers. Till then, Allah Hafiz.